I'll tell you one of the things that's interesting about coaching and consulting. It's seeing what people do with the information that you give them. I just got off a call with a group of people from a company, and they sometimes when people come together in a company and they're all on the call, there's some people trying to, I guess, demonstrate their knowledge, their experience, their background, or just present themselves in a certain way, I guess, politically, and which is why my preference is always dealing with entrepreneurs and smaller companies. But someone said something interesting on the call that was interesting, and the person was kind of going through their details and their thoughts and about what they heard, and another person said, "Well, I like the idea of accepting Andre's judgment and going with what he's recommending here," and that's an important statement. I see a lot of people, for example, on social media. You'll post something, you'll see something, and people will go down and post, and they'll say, I agree. I agree. And rather than agreeing, some people, what they really should say is, I understand, because they didn't really have that clarity of thought until they saw the idea. Or they should say, I will apply, rather than I will agree. I will apply this idea, because the challenge is, if you agreed, if you understood that, you wouldn't need a coach or a consultant. You would do it yourself. The challenge is most people don't understand certain things, or don't understand it in terms of a principle, and they don't have the will, the confidence, the positive attitude to apply it, and they don't take action on it. And so those are the things that I see. I had a funny experience not too long ago. Actually, this was quite a while ago. This was probably 10 years ago or so. I was working with someone, and this person was really having a hard time. And so he was really clued into a particular market. And I said, hey, why don't we tap into this market together? Why don't we do something together there? Thinking that would be exciting to him. And he said, yeah, let's do it. Let's put together some marketing messages and so forth. So I sent him some copy that we were going to use to get into this market. And what he did is he looked at the copy and he went through it, and he essentially applied his inexperience, lack of understanding, not being prepared for the market to the copy. So suddenly he took an ego position and said, okay, let me look through this and see what Andre's recommending, and I'll take this, I'll take that, this might work, this might not work, this is too long, all this stuff. And when he did this, I essentially said to him, well, I know this will work. I know that this is exceptional. I did this so that I could help you tackle a market that's important to you, that you're really clued in on, thinking that I could support you in that process and we could have this alliance. And and it was funny to me, because I see that is what a lot of people do, and it's why this category, done for you category, or doing work for hire for someone is sometimes a challenge. If you're very experienced in what you do, you can tell right away whether something's, whether this is applying the principles that work in a particular market. If you're inexperienced, you will apply logic that is based on, or emotion that is based on a lack of experience, a lack of awareness, a lack of study, not really understanding what works in a particular market. And it's important that when you get guidance out there, that rather than thinking, I agree, the idea is, I will apply it. That's the most important thing when it comes to getting coaching and consulting. Now, you have to be sure that you're dealing with someone that's got some experience, someone who's made some money in the markets that you're looking at, made some progress in the market you're looking at, has had some successes, because there's a lot of coaches out there today. And I run into a lot of people who are coaching, and when they tell me they're coaching and I get into dialogue with them, I realize they don't really have any experience at it. They have some certification or methodology or something that they've been taught or believe will work, but in terms of actually doing it themselves, they might not have that experience. So when you are out there considering what the next moves are for your business, what the next moves are for your career, first of all, you've got to get experienced support and guidance. And the second thing is, don't worry so much about agreeing. Understand it. What's the thinking behind this? What's the logic behind this? What's the experience behind this? What are the proven things that we can associate with this approach? And then, of course, the question is, does it work? And if it works for you and you make money with it, well, you don't need any more proof there. You don't need to agree. Go with that. And sometimes you don't get there because you've chipped away at really good ideas and advice and guidance, and you've diluted what's being presented to you. So keep that in mind when you are getting advice. It isn't that important to agree. What's important is to apply, and make sure that you're applying something that's based on guidance that really has some experience. A little noise in here today, but if you like this tip, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you like it. Share it with someone in your network. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I have a lot more here, a lot more coming, and I'll see you next time.